What's happening, everybody? It is Thursday night, time for another episode of Thrifty Business. I'm your one host, Jason Thrifts.
Hi there, I'm Debbie. What's so funny?
Well, I saw you come out of camera because I knew you were doing something. So I was just already laughing because I'm like, she didn't want to spoil the surprise.
What's she up to now? Yes.
Yeah.
Hello,
What's Deb doing now? Good to see everybody. Happy holidays. Hope you're all hanging in there. Hope the chaos of the post office hasn't screwed up too many of your packages. But
we're doing okay so far, but oh my gosh, I feel for everybody.
So let's drink to that and introduce our guests. Now it's time for Jay's Tiki Talk. Each week I drink a different rum out of a different tiki mug and try and match it up to my guest. Our guests tonight, all the way from Florida, are Michael Nichole Sellars. What a great last name, Sellars. That's awesome. The only thing better would be if you guys were the buyers. Now, usually is when I raise my glass and go, here's why I brought out this tiki mug. And then I raise the rum. I go, here's why I brought this rum. But we got to get into your story a little bit to understand both of those. And I'm going to put Debbie on the spot. So we're going to actually discuss why I'm drinking what I'm drinking and why I'm drinking out of this a little bit later. But first, I'll cheers you for coming on.
Cheers. Thanks for having us.
Oh, thank you guys. Now, those don't look like tiki mugs to me.
No, we went for the wine tonight.
All right. You know,
your house.
It is against the law to drink wine out of a tiki mug in case no one knew that. So, okay.
Oh, you didn't tell us that.
What are you drinking, Deb?
I have Jelly Belly Cherry Sparkling Water.
Wow.
Can I show my tiki mug?
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead.
And Merry Christmas from Trader Joe's. Elephant.
Very nice. So cheers to Deb, cheers to our guests, and cheers to all of you for tuning in tonight. And if you have to leave before we're done, please don't. But if you do, happy holidays.
Yes.
All right, you guys sit back, relax, enjoy your wine, and we'll see you in a little bit.
Okay.
All right, love those glasses, Deb.
Thank you.
Right to it.
Just because
your first score just gives me the shudders. All right.
I know, but hey.
And now it's time for our scores of the week. These are the items that you should be on the lookout for when you're out thrifting.
Okay. We sold a flat. We didn't sell this whole thing, the whole ensemble. We sold a flat fitted sheet for, was it, $54? I don't think we accepted a best offer. So anyway, this was from my aunt's estate. She was a shopper, a very nice, good shopper. And so that's what we saw.
I said to Deb, is this bedding from like the Dynasty 80s? I'm like, eek.
It is. It's gorgeous though. You know, that cottage, it's more in again, that chic cottage look.
Cottage core.
Yes.
I learned that on Nalo's Thrift Talk.
Yes. Oh, this bowl. Okay. We accepted it. I think we sold it for $40. I got it at a garage sale. I just fell in love with it. I thought, ooh, MCM. But we'll talk about shipping it later.
Oh, all right.
And the first pair of our gigantic overalls sold. I got 6 pairs of these for $4 each in Reno. I was shopping with my mom, and I had said, oh, I'm always looking for overalls. And all of a sudden she goes, Debbie, come here. And I come around the corner, and there were 6 brand new pairs, vintage pairs hanging there. And I'm like, yes, score. Sold one.
Score. He shoots, she shoots, she scores.
Yes. And who doesn't need a better booty? We found this for, I think we paid $6.50 and sold it for $65.
Nice. 10 times. I like that. All right. We've talked about this brand quite a bit. This one's a little bit different than the most. Mérité Francois Girbaud jeans. I rocked a lot of these jeans in the 90s. They are still hot. They're not made. I don't even think the company's in business anymore, but I got $50 for this pair.
Nice.
There you go. So if you're not, if you don't have Mérité Francois Girbaud jeans on your to find list, put it on there immediately.
And say that 10 times.
Yeah. This is one of the funnest, I know it's not a word, things I bought in a while, but the problem is it's still, no matter how fun and cool it is, it's still only a sweater vest. But it is a CIA sweater vest.
Whoa.
An old CIA patch. So thought that was pretty cool. Someone wanted it for $40. I tried for $80 for quite a while. Had a 50% off sale and someone snagged it. So I found that at Savers for $2.99.
Wow, that's a nice ROI.
Okay, I've always talked about the guitar tab books. This is all the guitar parts for the Boston album Walk On. I paid $2.50 and sold it for $59.
Cha-ching.
How about a 150 VHS tape? Yes, ladies and gentlemen, thanks to one of our prior guests, I found this oversized horror box. The tape's obviously the same size as every other tape, but the box is bigger, and it laid around here forever, and I finally put it up 2 weeks before Christmas, and it sold right away.
Nice.
I had this well before Halloween, and I'm like, you know what? Christmas time's a good time for terror on tape. So I listed it, and I picked up this badass Champion Nassau 3XL silver like a baked potato puffy jacket at Buffalo Exchange for $45, and I took a best offer of $150.
That's amazing.
Yeah. I have no need for it here, but I thought I couldn't. The mannequin wouldn't do it justice because it fit me. So I'm like, all right, let's go walk outside, take some quick pictures, and away it goes. Oops, I'm jumping ahead already. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to share things. I'm jumping ahead. Hold on. And now it's time for our CD and cassette scores of the week. And as always, we start with flipping cassettes. Okay, I've had so many cassette sales in the last week, I couldn't even show them all to you. Cassettes are so hot this Christmas. And I did complain the other day. I go, man, none of my Christmas cassettes sold. And then today, Stan and Doug, yes, go nuts for Christmas. It's a comedy Christmas tape. $10. I only paid a quarter for it, so not a bad return.
A Peggy quarter? Nice.
A Peggy quarter. And then when you have the same band, you put them in little groups. So I had this 6 set of Iron Maiden up for 25 minutes, and boom, sold. Nice. On its way to Brazil, I think, somewhere in South America. And then this was the first, Deb. I have never had this happen. Hey, everyone in the chat, you ever had this happen? So I got an offer of $25. This is the Creatures and Susie and the Banshees. Well, the Creatures is an offshoot band with Susie from Susie and the Banshees. So it all goes together. They offered me $25. I took it, and then they sent me a note. Yeah, I only need 2 of those, so you can keep the other 2.
Wow.
So I sold it for $25, which is what I would have accepted for all 4 anyway, and I got to keep half of them.
That's nice because I get the buyers. Can you just sell me the one out of that, which means I have to retake the pictures and redo the listing? I've done that with my books.
And Linda wants to know if I've ever modeled before. Yes. Anytime I have a 3XL jacket that fits me, I definitely do the modeling because, and I put it right in the description. Hi, I'm 6'5", I weigh 280. If that's you, this is how the jacket's going to look. So it's a rare time where I feel a live model has to be because I don't have a 3XL 6'5" mannequin. So it won't look as filled out, you know? Yeah. So they just let me keep half of this. How cool is that? How cool is that? And now we go from flipping cassettes to flipping CDs. Just kidding. Let's do a record.
Okay.
All right. How about the Supremes without Diana Ross? Yes, I sold this sealed record for $40. So it doesn't kind of doesn't matter what the record is. If you find something sealed, someone wants it somewhere. And it took a while to sell this, and I had it on multiple platforms. But they wanted it for a Christmas gift. They paid priority mail. So yay. I paid $1 for it at Savers.
I think I have a sealed Bruce Springsteen album upstairs.
Go get it. All right. Now we're on to CDs. Look, I had a chat with some people who are like, if you get an offer of 50%, then you block that person. Well, guess what, Deb? I got an offer of 50%. I was asking 100, but 100 was a pie in the sky price. But maybe someone was going to come along who was maybe a little drunk shopping and had $100. Well, that person never came along, had it listed for quite a while. But guess what? Someone came along with $50. I only paid $4.99 for this. So I took it. But based on the thoughts of some bad sellers, I should have blocked them instead of taking their $50. No, you fools. Anyone that has a conversation with you with money, have that conversation.
And that whole blocking thing, all they have to do is sign back in as a guest.
Oh, I know.
When to buy, so blocking is obsolete.
Yeah. So Nightmare Before Christmas, Japanese import, sold for $50.
Nice.
Now this one, I wanted to share this one because I did sell for 60, but I did pay 25, but I paid 25 2 weeks ago and listed it and it sold 3 days later. I know this CD sells. I know it sells for 60. So I really don't mind spending 25 to sell it for 60. Plus it's quick to list. I've listed 1,000 times. So profit isn't as big as my mom's quarters, but there's still a quick turn profit. So
you already own that in your own collection?
Oh yeah. Oh heck yeah. Haven't you all been drunk shopping online?
Not yet.
I'm not sure, Lisa, yet. So tune in Sunday. I'm contemplating. For those of you who didn't see us on Sunday, I sold something to a famous television actress. Well, movie actress too. All right. These are the 2 Time Life Treasury Christmas CDs that are rare. I've taught about them in a couple of my classes, and I tried them together because they really aren't worth 80. Boom. Sold for $80. Whoop, whoop.
Nice. I only always managed to find one of them. And
then this is a special DVD audio surround disc. And this is Donald Fagen from what band?
Sorry, I don't know.
Steely Dan.
Oh, I like them.
Steely Dan. So that, and was that it? Or did I have one more? Oh, I just keep jumping ahead tonight. I'm like, yes, I'm so excited. It's a fun show. And now it's time for our duds of the week. Do not let our mistakes be yours.
Oddly enough, both of my duds were both listed in October of 2017 and are still here. This has had 1,700 views, and maybe this is Catholic kitsch. Maybe I need to change my titles. Nobody wants Father Flanagan. It's a wall pack. I thought he was cute. It's 3-dimensional.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I can't imagine anyone who even knows who that is anymore. So that's why I kind of think it's a dud for you.
Yeah. And this one, I guess nobody thinks their grandchildren are treasures because nobody wants this. So I still have it. If anybody thinks their grandchildren are treasures.
Stephanie's husband, Ned, said, not going to lie, some weird CDs have made it into the house recently. I blame flipping CDs. You're welcome, sir.
Well done.
Hello, Dr. Bunsen Hennedu. All right, so I got one dud this week. Now, I bought this Megadeth Euthanasia cassette for like a quarter or 50 cents. I sold it for $20. So you might say to yourself, Deb might go, Deb, why is this a dud? And I say, well, $20 from a quarter or 50 cents usually isn't a dud. Now, here's the picture of the cassette. What do you see going on here that I didn't notice when I listed it? There's 2 things going on here that I'm like, oh, no.
Is it missing the little felt piece?
Nope. You can't see that from this picture. No, that was there, and that's an easy fix. So this was a dud I had to cancel, but I didn't cancel. We're going to talk about that. So 2 things going on here. That's a crack in the tape. I'm like,
oh, in the red. Duh.
Now, what's even worse, and we'll see if anyone catches it. And don't forget, when I talk, you guys are 30 seconds till you hear me. Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Ready for this? That's all mold. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So bummed I didn't notice that ahead of time, but really glad I noticed it before I ship someone mold to put in their tape.
Oh
player.
my gosh.
Holy crap. Nope, there's no
shooting out everywhere.
Yep, mold. Kent got it. Yeah. So that's a dud. But you're gonna see this 2 more times coming up. Because we can fix duds. We can fix duds. We have the technology. We can fix duds. And now it's time for Where in the World Did Our Stuff Go? If you are not shipping internationally, you are leaving out 7.3 billion with a B potential customers.
Yes, this went to Clinton, Canada. We took a best offer of $20, paid $1.73 for women's distressed jeans. They were hanging around for quite a while, so we were happy. And we provided good customer service. It took her about a week and a half to pay us, and she kept in touch with us. We said, that's cool. And she finally paid, and off they went.
Nice. All right. I had a bunch of choices. Like we've had another great week of shipment, but there was only one choice, really, Deb. There was only one. Because when a Disco Safari shirt from the 70s goes to Firth, Germany,
that's
look
awesome.
at the collar. Look at the collar. Look at the giraffes. Look at the polyester. So this is the epitome of why we want all of you to offer worldwide shipping for everything. because you never know when someone in Firth, Germany goes, you know what I need right now? I need a 1970s polyester disco safari giraffe shirt.
That is amazing. How much did
Someone
they pay?
said that in the last week.
How
And
much did you sell for
luckily, I could facilitate that for him. Okay?
Or it's a white elephant Christmas gift.
Oh, yeah. Could be. Could be. All right.
Yeah.
We've actually switched up the order a little bit tonight, so it makes a little more sense. So instead of shipping, we've got... And now it's time for our online selling tips of the week. It doesn't matter if you're selling on Etsy, Depop, Mercari, Poshmark, or eBay. These are little tips and tricks to help you when you're selling.
Didn't you say we were going to do shipping? No, this is selling platform.
Shipping is normally here, but
Okay.
I had to reverse it, and you'll understand why in a minute.
I get lost. Anyway, I switched my papers around. Okay, this is the steps to take so that you know how much eBay collected on sales tax on your behalf. So you go into your seller central, go to performance, sales new, click on that, and then you can go to custom and then put in the month. It's probably good to go for the month and hit generate report. And down at the bottom, it will tell you taxes and government fees. I don't know if we have to worry about those too much, but it will show you all your numbers, your sales and everything. So that, because when I do my California sales tax in July every year, I have to tell them that. I have to show them my gross sales, and I have to show them how much money eBay collected and remitted on my behalf. So that's good to know.
Excellent, excellent tip. All right, now, you just saw my mistake, but I'd already sold the cassette. I don't ever want to cancel on a customer, especially right before Christmas, because if it's a gift, I'll feel extra horrible. And twice this week, I couldn't find a CD, and I sold the CD cassette with mold. So what you do is you go buy one on eBay.
Oh, nice.
And I bought it with free shipping for less than they paid. So in the long run, I think I cleared like 50 cents. So I actually didn't even lose money. I went and sourced it. Now, I went the extra mile because, of course, there was more than one option to find the seller who was closest. Because it wasn't a matter about the money. Of course, I'll pick the cheapest one I can, but it wasn't a matter about the money. It was, okay, there was a cheaper one in like Vermont, and and this one was in Cali, and my customer was in Washington State. So I needed something close in the same. So I went and bought it on eBay. I did that twice this week because of mistakes, and I bought, and we're going to talk about that and what I did for shipping in a second.
So did you have your seller ship it directly to your person?
Shush. We ain't to the shipping tip yet.
Oh, okay. Well, wait, time out. I'm confused because you have the wrong banner up there.
Oh, whoops.
So it wasn't my goober. It was your goober.
Oh, where is it? Now I'm hitting all kinds of...
Oh, now I know where we're at.
Okay, so there's that. And now, now I'll explain the shipping here. If I can find it. Now I'm all... there we go. And now it's time for You Have Got to Be Shipping Me. What to do and what not to do when it comes to shipping. Come on. Okay, so here's the key. Before you go buy and fix your mistake, you have to go add your buyer's address to whatever platform you're buying on. Mm-hmm. I bought the Megadeth cassette on eBay, and I bought the CD. I bought it on Discogs. And so you got to add that address as your address, go buy it. That way it gets shipped to the right person. And then obviously get rid of that address when you're done, because I've made that mistake and I kept this one customer's address in and he was getting my mail. Whoops. So make sure when you're done, go get that address out of the way. But then you have to wait till they ship it. So you might end up having to have a late shipment, but better than a canceled shipment.
Yes.
You wait till they ship it. You grab that tracking number and you go plug it in as if you shipped it. Now, I don't think you can do it on the same platform. So you typically have to go buy it because that tracking number would already be logged into that platform. So you got to go buy it from a different platform. Does that make sense?
I think so.
Yeah. So instead of buying my shipping label through Amazon for this, I marked it as shipped. And then it said, okay, who's your carrier? So I told them it was USPS, what shipping service, first class, and the tracking.
Oh, that's good.
So I've had to do it a bunch of times over 21 years, but it happens. But it is so much better for your metrics and for your customer and for customer service to go find one and just get it to them. Even if you lose money, I'd rather do that than ever cancel.
I had to do that years ago on Amazon. 2 people bought the same book with like a minute apart.
Oh,
I just got one on Amazon.
And no, I do not explain, Linda, because there's nothing to explain. They bought a product from me. It's going to show up at their house. Nothing to explain. No need to explain it.
Yeah, they'll be happy because they're getting a better product anyway. Okay, we're back to this bloody bowl again. We spent way too much time trying to build a box for that MCM green bowl that we had because those little handles stick out. And, you know, we need cushion on the sides when you've got glassware and things. And, oh, it was crazy. So we finally ended up using the box that we originally were going to use. You like what we did with our pool noodles? We surrounded it with pool noodles. Then the lid fit really nicely down inside there. So my tip too is when you go thrifting, take a tape measure with you so you can measure that bowl and then to ask yourself, is this going to be over 13 inches? Is this going to be the dimensional rate issue? I think I'm just about done with breakables.
You know, there's a tape measure on your phone. You don't need to have an actual physical tape measure.
Oh, good. I'll try that. Is it accurate? Is it accurate?
It's very accurate. Yes.
Okay. 2 tips.
If I've not done a video on that, I'll do a video because it's badass.
Yeah, I'm just about done with breakables. It takes us so long. I think we sold this bowl for $40 and we probably spent 3 hours trying to get it to them. I
didn't tell them not to put a receipt in because even if they did, the address on record is my customer's address. So if they put a receipt in, no biggie. It wouldn't make any sense. It wouldn't set off any alarms anyway. So good. Yeah, you could ask, but you know, it's one of those things where I just want to get done quick. I don't want to put no pause in the flow.
Yeah, smart.
All right, and now it's time for the Thrifty Tips of the Week. Little tips and tricks to help you out when you're outsourcing. I like your little thing.
Okay, I cleared this with my husband first so I didn't get in trouble. I said, is it okay to share that sometimes when we're outsourcing, a new thrift store opened in town, everything was half off. So we were covering the whole store. And I said, did you do that section over there? And he goes, yeah, it was a corner. And I go, okay, so I go after him and I found the booty thing that we sold and the 2 Coleman things. We sold a Coleman light and a Coleman coffee pot. So those 3 items there were almost $200 that we sold after he had already been through there. And then I know I go in sometimes I'm just not there. My head's kind of fuzzy and I'm looking at stuff, but I'm not really seeing it. So we overlap. We go back if we, no, you already looked there. You're not going to find anything. Yeah, I'm going to find something. So if you're shopping with somebody, don't get offended if they go where you were and then they find some really good stuff, but you got to cover everything.
Excellent tip. All right. So mine is Stacy and I were in a record store, trading some stuff in, picking up some Christmas music to sell. And usually, especially for record stores, Stacy will get in line and I'll shop right till she gets up. But this time I was done. It's a rare occurrence. And I got in line and Stacy's like, I gotta go look for something for a gift. So luckily I stood in line. Luckily it was a socially distanced line because I was standing where I wouldn't be had it not been. And I was just casually glancing down. Don't forget, we're in a record store. That's important to this story. Casually glancing down at the incense display. So you could buy the sticks. Oh. Here's all the different holders. And then one curious thing that didn't really belong in the incense display. Let me give you a little close-up. Yes, that would be a vintage Trader Vic's, like 1960s skull mug for $10. Oops.
Oh, nice.
That's worth about $50.
Wow.
How a vintage Trader Vic's tiki mug ended up in the incense display in a record store, I have no idea. But the tip really is keep your eyes open for anything, anywhere. Don't just think you're looking at records. You never know when you'll find vintage tiki mugs.
And remember, someone taught us to look in the vase department at thrift stores for tiki mugs, which they're not vases, but they're there.
All right. We had no unseasonably sold this week, so we'll do a little housekeeping and we'll get our guests in here. Plus, we got a lot to talk about. I don't think I've ever had a guest with so many things, so it's awesome. All right. If you're not watching my Scores of the Week shows, they're on Wednesday, but of course you can watch them whenever you want. They're quick shows, 10 to 12 minutes. I show a few overlap scores from here, but give a little bit more info. And I have a bunch of scores that you only see there. So make sure to add that to your watching. And this week, Mom wanted to do something fun to finish out the year on selling past your expiration date. So we are having a Christmas movies trivia contest.
Ooh, fun.
Mom found a couple bags of eBay swag, and she's like, let's give this stuff away. So we got some questions. And, of course, Mom does have a haul and her scores and her maybe best score ever this week.
Ooh, can't wait.
So talk about the thrifting god smiling down upon her to end the year out, because she was saying, my month isn't going so well. And then boom.
Yay.
And yeah, so you've seen the item and now it's sold. So we're going to talk about that on Sunday. So that is 7:00 East Coast, 4:00 on the West Coast. And all right, so we have no more shows till the end of the year. This is it. This tonight and Sunday. But a couple things are going on. I am turning 50 at the end of the year. Now, pre-COVID, of course, we had a grand plan. We had a destination birthday party, Key West, with all our friends. And then another friend of mine turned 50. We're thinking about going to Hawaii together. And then COVID ruined everything, of course. And so can't go anywhere, can't have a party. And people were been asking me, hey, you going to have any specials for the Secret Beach? So kind of thought about it. I put it all together. So on we don't have the date on here. Nadine's on the chat. Where's the date? All right. So December 28th, the Monday after Christmas, mark it down, 8:00 East Coast, 5:00 West Coast. It's a free web class, 12 tips to start 2021 off with a bang. It's going to be at my birthday party. Whoop. And we're going to have a special for the Secret Beach for those who've been wanting to join. And if you're in the Secret Beach, we have a special for you guys too. So what else you got to do this year between Christmas and New Year's? Not much. Monday night, come hang out, help be part of my 50th birthday celebration. And I'm going to give you gifts. I'm going to give you 12 tips. So what I'm doing, and this is going to be one of those rare classes, Deb, where nothing goes together.
Oh, fun.
Classes, usually it's a theme. So what I'm doing is I'm pulling the Secret Beach is over 4 years old. I have over 50 webinars of mine in the Secret Beach. So I'm pulling a nugget out of 12 different webinars, going to expand on that nugget. And that's going to be your class for the 28th. Perfect. So www.thriftingclass.com. It's a free class. Sign up, come hang out. My birthday, free class, knowledge, shenanigans, all kinds of fun. So we will definitely end the year with a bang, start off the new year with a bang, and I'll have the post up everywhere. So please tell your friends if they're not normally watchers of the show. Free class, and it'll just be good information for when you can go back thrifting.
Yes.
All right. I think that's it. Let's get our guests in here, and we have so much to talk about. So much. All right. Where's my little going the wrong way? Where's my? And now it's time for the Thrifty Business special guest of the week. Oops. Damn it. I thought I was so ready. Hey, much better. I thought I was ready.
How many cocktails have you had?
Like a third. That's it, man. That's it. I've been working all day. All right. So I did want to point out, when COVID took away their real job, they had eBay to support them. And we're going to talk about their real job in a quick second. But look, I got a little grief from somebody. I was only kidding. That's why the quotes, like, we all know working online is a real job, but a lot of our friends and family don't think that. Yeah. So that was me being funny, but that went over somebody's head, and I got a little grief for that. I'm like, no, silly gooses. Hello, Michael. Hello, Nicole. How's the wine?
The wine is good, but I changed for a tiki because I was told I wasn't.
Oh,
two-handed tiki.
Yes.
Could there be anything better?
Wine tastes fine in a tiki mug.
That's right.
How you guys doing?
We're doing great. Thanks for having us. We're excited to be here.
Oh, thanks for being on. All right, so I'm going to explain this in a second, but we kind of got to tell your story first, and we'll get to this one, and then we'll get to putting Debbie on the spot. Uh-oh. All right, so let's talk about what your real job is first, because everything kind of stems from that. So let me pop your website up there. Whoops, I didn't mean to do it that way. There we go. All right, so what is your real job when COVID isn't a problem?
Well, normally our real job is we work in the event industry and we specialize in decor. So when you go to these parties and these themes, we specialize in everything you see, whether it could be from the chandeliers to the florals, to the stage set, to custom builds, to centerpieces, so that's what we do. We normally make things really pretty. We work for weeks and months to get things ready, and then it's over in 3 hours. It's kind of like Christmas.
Yep. Gorgeous.
Now, how long have you been doing this prior to COVID, pretty much canceling every event?
Well, we have, personally, I've been in the industry for 10 years, but we just started our business 4 years ago. And Michael, he has a background in building. So we build. So for 4 years, we've been building our business and we were doing really well. And we, the first few years of any new business is a struggle. And we finally got to the point where the business was self-sustaining, and then COVID hit. So it was like, but one of the things that I love to do is I love to infuse vintage and anything old and props to use as props in my events. So that's kind of how I got involved with thrifting and estate sales, because I love vintage and I love to kind of save things and repurpose things. And so we do a lot of buying for our events. And then when we were out buying, we would see things that were just like great deals. And I thought, God, that's so awesome. But, we don't have a use for it for events. And then we started buying to sell. And I found the thrifting board, and I started reading and started to launch out into actually trying to sell.
All right. So that leads us into COVID strikes. Goodbye events.
Goodbye events. No events.
So how active were you selling when COVID hit? And then how much did you ramp up?
Well, we probably about 2 years before COVID hit, I kind of fell upon the thrifting board. I mean, that's been an invaluable source of inspiration and information for me. I mean, I've been on eBay. I've been a member of eBay for over 10 years as a buyer and as a seller, but more just like things around the house or things that you're looking for. I didn't ever try to really do it for profit, just for, and then about 2 years ago, I started trying to do it to actually add an extra stream of income in. And then when COVID hit, it really literally saved our bacon. There were so many times when we were like, how are we going to pay this bill? And an eBay sale would hit, or a couple of eBay sales, and it'd be like a good weekend. And we'd be like, yes, yeah, we paid all those bills. So it has been a godsend to us, honestly. And it's been a great source of income. And it's made me a firm believer in multiple income streams to fuel your life. Yeah.
So Alicia wants to know what part of the country are you in? So when we can get back to businesses, if someone wants to hire you, get back to events.
Anywhere, but we're in Florida. So we specialize in Florida, but we're not against traveling. So if you have a destination wedding in plan, we'd be happy to help you.
Well, whenever we can travel, I will be having a destination party for my 50th. It'll probably be my 51st or 52nd, but we're still going to have that party down in Florida. It's just going to take a little while to happen. So
we'll join you in Key West. We'll be happy to be there.
Hell yeah, let's go. That's why we're having the virtual party. What the hell? We'll hang out together. All right. So besides ramping up eBay, what else have you been doing, Nicole, in this downtime, so to speak?
Well, I figured I had to get a job because I was concerned, our events weren't going, there were no events. And eBay isn't consistent. I had some issues, and I'll be happy to share those issues with people. But so I decided I wanted to kind of build on the event industry, but in an industry that everybody likes, which is alcohol. Alcohol is the one thing that's keeping the shitstorm together. And so I've been working on becoming a sommelier. So I've been working at a wine shop, studying. I'm a certified wine specialist and part of the Society for Wine Educators. And I'm working on becoming a sommelier when I can actually take my test, because COVID has canceled all the tests right now. But that's been my process.
All right,
And then-
you're working on that now, Michael. Yours is even way cooler and funnier. Well, let's talk about your side hustle.
Okay. Well, I guess after a few weeks of the COVID, hitting and kicking in, and being at home doing nothing, I got a little bit bored, and Nick had seen a squirrel picnic table online, and she said, "Can you make me one of these?" I said, "Yeah, sure, I can make you one of those." So I made her one, and she posted it online, and lots of friends said, "Hey, that's cute. Why don't you do a business out of that?" So I did. We started a page on Facebook called the Squirrel Lounge, and I made squirrel tables
and tiki bars.
And tiki bars, a tiki bar squirrel table, and
Pirate ship.
and a pirate ship.
Yeah, and a pirate ship.
And
picnic tables.
there's a tiki bar.
There's a tiki bar.
There's a squirrel at the front. Yeah, he's a good model.
This one's had too much to eat, apparently.
So he's been at the tiki bar.
That's where he's waiting for his massage.
Yeah. Well, I think he's had fermented apple and he's a bit drunk. But
This is Captain Crunch. This is our squirrel, Captain Crunch.
So that's the black squirrel rather than the black pearl. But that's one of our very
the rum.
The rum. He's got the rum. He's a very happy customer.
All right. So speaking of the rum, I saw this one with the Jolly Roger. So I went with Kilo Kai. It's a rum from Curacao, which is down the Caribbean. And it's got the skull and crossbones right on the bottle. So that's why I pulled that bottle out. And then I pulled out this rum barrel from the High Roller Tiki Lounge. This is where I'm going to put Deb on the spot. Deb, what is the difference from the High Roller Tiki Lounge to every other tiki bar in the world? It's in Solvang, California.
Oh.
What is the one thing that this tiki lounge has or does that is different than every other tiki bar in the world?
Isn't that it has a mermaid, right? Because there's other ones that have mermaids.
Nope.
I've heard the story, I think, but they have squirrels?
No.
The squirrel.
They are the only tiki bar without a hard liquor license, so they make tiki wine cocktails.
Oh my! Nope, we're going to Solvang next week.
It's the only wine tiki bar in the world. So when I saw that Nicole was becoming a sommelier, I'm like, I must drink out of this tonight for sure.
Oh my gosh! And I live about 2 hours from Solvang.
Now let me tell you a sommelier story. So Mike is our bartender at Frankie's Tiki Room here in Vegas. He's been there. He was there about 6 months after they opened. They just had their 12th anniversary. He's been there the whole time. So we get to know Mike, and we see him once or twice a week. And he decides wants to become a master sommelier. He's slinging tropicals while he studies. And so he studies, and he said it was the hardest test he ever took in his life. And he graduated. I'm sorry?
Did he do all 4 levels?
I think so.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Been a while, but he graduates and says, yeah, I'm just going to sling tropicals. He went through all of it now, but because of COVID, kind of like you, we hadn't seen him for a while because they were closed for a long time. So they open with restrictions. We go up. I'm like, where are you been? And he goes, making my own wine. I went up to Napa, and we're now me and my partner are making wine. And so every year I'll disappear around harvest time for a little while to get the wine done. And so he's actually put it to use after all these years. So tiki and wine do kind of go together.
And let me tell you, there ain't no smell like driving through Napa during the crush time. Oh my gosh, it smells so good.
All right. So what's happening here? Is this a chicken feed picnic table?
It's a chicknick. It's a chicknick table.
Oh.
You never heard of it?
I showed my wife Stacy, and she's like, "Damn it! I wish we had squirrels." Because we don't. Because we would totally put one of those up, but nothing would come to it. It'd be actually a very sad picnic table.
My mom has a whole squirrel community in her backyard. So for her birthday, she's getting one of these.
Now, Ned's like me. He hears about this. He goes and researches it. And yes, on their website, Betty Page, there's a Betty Page rum, and they made a Betty Page wine, maybe just for this bar, but there's a Betty Page wine for the tiki bar with only the wine.
I just never heard of this. I can't wait to go see it.
So how many of these do you sell, or how many have you built, or are you getting orders on a consistent basis? Has anyone in the chat ordered yet?
Well, yeah. No, we've sold them all over America.
Maine,
Montana, New York, California. So they've kind of gone to all points of the compass. But for the first month or so, I was working out. We were doing it in the backyard, and I was doing like 12 hours. I'd get out there at 8 o'clock in the morning, and
the neighbors loved it.
Oh, yeah, come in at 8 o'clock at night, and I just made 20 squirrel tables, just to give me something to do. Honestly, it was because I've always been used to being busy, and it gave me something to do. Something to get up in the morning for and go and do. So. And then to actually make a couple of dollars out of it, a bit of coin, it was good.
That is awesome. I do all these squirrels that have these little tables now have their own little Facebook page where they can all.
Well, should be an Instagram.
They do have an Instagram and a Facebook.
And she names them all.
No. Actually, the Facebook people named Captain Crunch.
Oh, Captain.
Yeah, we did a contest, and we has people to give the names, and then they came up with Captain Crunch, which we liked the best. That was very good.
But it evolved from nothing to, we would have people contact us from different nationalities who live in America and want their country flag on. I think there was a picture of a squirrel before that was flat out laying on a Swedish flag.
That's what that was. Now makes sense.
Yeah. So people want them to paint them for their nationalities or
so
to match their houses.
We did Italian. We've done. We did the American flag. We've done the Swedish. Then we started doing football teams.
I was gonna say I need Vikings. I need Vikings for my stepdad.
Yeah. We do. We've done a lot of different college teams. Or
it was a lot of fun. It started from nothing, and it turned into something that brought a little bit of income into our house and gave me something to do as well.
So, Jason, is this a good time we can stop? I want them to tell us how they met. I love their love story.
Oh, sure. Let me just add this, that if you take nothing else away from the show, you should always be looking for the next thing, because you never know when a COVID's going to happen, and you got to pivot. And so it's all about pivoting, and maybe you're not doing so well with this, but if you'll come up with this that you weren't thinking about, that starts working, and then your normal will come back, but you can still work on your sides, so it's all about don't get tunnel vision.
Yeah.
But yes, let's hear. I was that in the notes how they met, or do you just know that?
No, it's in the notes.
Then I missed it. Yay. Tell me. I missed that note.
Okay. Well, back in 2015, I came to the States with my 2 teenage boys for a holiday, and we started in New York, and we did a road trip down to Florida, and I think it was our first day in Florida. We were staying in Collins Avenue in Miami Beach, and the hotel that I was staying in had a coffee shop down in the foyer, and I went down to get a coffee, and this lovely lady here was standing in front of me in the line, and I thought she was the most magnificent thing I'd ever seen. And I yeah, I know. And she caught me staring at her, and she was very kind, and she smiled, and I thought, well, I better say something. So I brought on a bit of the Australian charm, and I see, "G'day, how's it going?"
And you pulled up the accent. Yeah.
She's quick. She was right onto it. She said, "Hey, you're not from around these parts." And then I went and grabbed the table, and she was obviously attracted to me because she came to sat
Shut up.
quite near me, like
He's lying.
like it was so obvious. And I thought, well, I better go over and introduce myself. And I walked over to her table. And I said, "G'day, do you remember me?" And
He's lying. He's an adult friend finder.
oh my God, she told that at our wedding. During our wedding speeches, she said, "I'd like to thank adult friend finders." I mean, oh my Lord, my mother almost had a heart attack.
Your mother doesn't know what that is.
But I know, still.
We have to party together in the Keys. We have to as soon as we can. We're on our way.
Oh, but what's funny is we only met that one time, and he asked if he could. He asked if I was on Facebook. I said sure. We became Facebook friends, and we didn't have a date or anything for a long time.
3 months.
Yeah, 3 months. He went back to Australia, but he kept calling me.
She kept answering.
And then he invited me. He said, "I'm going on vacation in January, like so 3 or 4 months later to Tasmania. Why don't you?"
No, Cambodia.
Oh, Cambodia.
It's a bit different than
Yeah.
Tasmania.
Whatever. It was really far away. Okay. He said, "I'm going to Cambodia. Do you want to come?" And I was like, "Okay." So, and then I looked at the flights, and it would take me 40 hours to get there. And I'm like, "Yeah, I don't think that's going to work." And so we looked at what was actually right in between both of us, which is Hawaii. So our first official date was a week in Hawaii.
Nice. I would have picked that over Cambodia too.
Wow.
Well, my thought was, I'm like, all right, I'm just going to go for it. If it sucks, at least I'm still in Hawaii. And then if it's great, it'll be great.
I thought the same too.
So
My first date with Stacy was a crappy little Chinese restaurant in a strip mall, and I stuck a whole egg roll in my mouth. You guys started in the week in Hawaii. I think I did it wrong.
Well, there was only one way to go from there. You couldn't go backwards. So I think our second date was 2 months later. So I flew from Australia to New Orleans, and our second date was New Orleans.
Love NOLA.
Oh
And
my
then
God, I want to party with you guys so bad right now. Now I'm really jonesing.
our third date was in Australia. So Nick flew to Australia 4 months later in
5
July.
weeks, I could spend 5
And
weeks.
she spent 5 weeks in Australia, and it was there that I asked her to marry me. The funny thing is, I wasn't going to ask her. I was going to wait till September, which would have been 12 months, and we were going to go back to Hawaii for our 12-month anniversary. But I couldn't help myself, and so on a beach in Noosa in Australia, Noosa Beach, I asked her to marry me, and she said yes.
Now it's been 5 years.
This is the best Hallmark movie I've ever heard.
and there's my wife. She loves you guys, so yes.
Yes.
We're going to take you drinking around Florida to the spots you've never been.
You're boring. Our first date was watching football. Oh, well. Super Bowl.
Well, we went to the Luau in Melbourne.
Oh yeah,
We went to the Tiki Bar, which was really good.
it's a great bar.
Before it closed.
Oh, you know the Luau?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I have a bunch of posters from the walls that I stole.
She did. She
Nice.
stole everything from bars back in Australia.
Nice.
Flowers. Like, funny thing, like my boys who used to live with me back in Australia would come home and they go, "Dad, heck, where did all these glasses come from? We've got all these glasses."
Well, because they use all the branded glassware.
She would put them in a bag and take them.
That's bad.
Love it. I hide my menus in my purse. Oh, they don't need these menus.
Yeah, Heather said it's a Hallmark movie for sure with a criminal tinge to it.
Oh,
Merry Christmas from Hallmark. What happens when you stick the glassware from the bar into your bag?
we're so happy you two found it.
I'm pretty sure it was complimentary.
I was. I think
it was
so.
complimentary.
I think they
Yeah.
gave it to you to take.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
All right, so I want to talk about a picture, and then I want to talk about what you guys did for Make-A-Wish. So I'm going to guess this setup is all thrifted stuff, yeah?
Yep. Everything you see in that picture absolutely is from thrift stores and estate sales.
Nice.
How amazing. I'm guessing this was a wedding.
Yes.
could have been an anniversary party, but I figured it was a wedding. That's just that's setting the way you put it together. Just I swoon over this picture. It's amazing.
That's a 1940s couch. I love that couch. His name is Chester.
Now, where does Chester live normally?
We have a warehouse.
Okay.
We have a warehouse in Daytona Beach, and we have a warehouse in South Florida that we keep our goodies in. But the Chester's, he's one of my favorites.
So Brian says the plants are thrifted?
No, that was actually outside.
You stole them from someone else.
I put them in my purse.
Now, when people show up and they see this, are they just blown away?
I think people are pretty happy with our work. We endeavor to do a really good job and go above and beyond. We don't like to do the bare minimum. And South, I don't know if anybody's been to South Florida. South Florida has a very lackadaisical style about it. People aren't on time. People aren't on budget if they show up at all. So, you're lucky if people show up. So we always endeavor to show up. We always endeavor to be on time. And we always endeavor to, over deliver. Yeah.
Stacy and I picked up dinner last night from L&L Barbecue, which is a Hawaiian barbecue restaurant. And we called them and they didn't answer. But we were in the same parking lot, so we finally went over. I said, hey, your phone's broke. And she goes, we don't answer the phone the last hour of the day. And I went, why? She goes, too many no-shows. I go, really? I go, that many people order dinner and then just say, nah. She goes, yeah, so we just don't answer. So if you want food, you got to come in. I'm like,
oh, wow.
Good to know.
All
right. Oops, not that one. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about this because this is spectacular.
That's our black squirrel. This. Okay.
I'm like, what? Oh, no.
So this is for the city of Coral Springs. They had two little boys who had been very active actually with Make-A-Wish as fundraisers with their dad. Their dad was a firefighter and he had actually passed away of COVID. So they were wanting to do something special for these two little boys who had basically been very giving their whole lives. And they wanted to recreate Santa's workshop. So we were given the task to recreate Santa's workshop. And so we wanted to make it over the top. We wanted to make it very special for them. But we use, I just love to reuse things that are already there. I liked beauty in the older things, older construction. And so pretty much probably 90% of what you see in that picture has been thrifted or comes from estate sales. So the Santa chair that you see over here on the right was a bed, actually a bed frame. And I was driving down the road one day and they had it outside of this thrift store. And I looked at it and I said, oh my God, that's a Santa chair. So I bought the bed frame and then Michael turned it into a Santa.
Well, I didn't see it at first when she said that's a Santa chair. I didn't see that. She did. And then she told me you need to turn this into a Santa chair.
It came out great. So we added glitter and all of the decorative details were there. We just had to embellish it and break it down a little bit. The whole fireplace part that was bought from an auction. Actually, Michael bought that. And then the little elves that you see, these little animatronic elves, those were, you talk about how sometimes when you think about something, it manifests, or if you touch something, it sells.
Yes.
So I had already committed to this job and I went to an estate sale and they had all of these little guys all in the boxes, pristine. I must have bought, yeah. So, and I think they charged $7 to $10 per. So I bought all of them that I could because they were amazing and they were actually completely perfect. And we just knew they would turn this workshop into a little work of art. So, we were really.
They all worked.
They did. They all worked. They're in perfect condition. A vintage ladder. The nutcrackers aren't vintage, but those were from our inventory.
I think the only things that weren't were the brick walls that we did, and
we built. We built the brick walls, and then we built, and the nutcrackers we own. Yeah. So everything else that you see is pretty much thrifted or estate sales or auctions.
Incredible.
And so they brought the boys in, right? What was their minds just blown?
Yeah, so they had this guy come in who does Santa here in South Florida. He's an amazing Santa. His name is Richard Adler. He's like the best Santa ever. He's done like a million commercials and stuff, but he's also a magician. So they brought him in to do a private show for the boys and give them Christmas gifts. And then they got to like light the lights for the whole city, like for their tree lighting and virtual. So yeah, so it was really special moment. And we were very happy to be asked to be part of it.
Gorgeous. You did a fantastic.
That is just amazing. And hats off to you guys for just being awesome human beings.
Well, it was our pleasure.
Yeah, that's just, that's absolutely amazing. So a couple questions. Well, Robin said that is just awesome. Heather said it's beautiful. Lisa, tearjerker. So Lisa said, how'd you build the faux brick walls?
You can actually buy those panels at Home Depot, the brick panels, and then we build braces for them and mount them on the braces.
Well, I built a frame behind the brick, each brick panel, and then just a brace at the back. So, and then I screw them together, and so it just ties them in nicely. So, yeah, they're I think they're about $30 a panel.
Yeah, so it's you know, we kind of approach it, anything that we do, it's like stage design, you know. So with something like this, it has to look good from all angles, and we kind of approach it from a theatrical aspect.
Yeah, that's the thing, Deb. You could have something look good from this way, but if you look at it from the side, you're like,
yeah,
you don't want to see the man behind the curtain so much. So you always have to think about the whole picture and not just the straight on. And Janet wants to know, although you're not doing events at the moment, have you sourced anything really cool lately for future events?
You sourced that carousel horse.
Yeah, we did. We just did an event recently, and I got a really great carousel horse from like the 1950s. Yeah. And it's a full size carousel horse, and I'm in love with it. And it's amazing. But I haven't been to as many estate sales or that I would like to recently. You know, we've been mostly just trying to keep swimming, keeping our heads afloat. But I miss it. It's my fix. It's my happy drug to go.
She's got such a great eye for things that I walk past, and well, not so much carousel horse. I mean, she brought that carousel. She went without me. So this is sale. She didn't tell me about it. She went and she came home with this carousel horse, and I think she got it for $500, but it's probably worth, I don't know, $1,500. It's amazing.
But normally I don't spend that much money on stuff. Normally I'm more in the $5 to $10 range.
But
it was worth the buy on that one, because I mean, I know what carousel horses are worth, and if you can get your hands on a vintage one, you know, so.
Yeah.
And we've already used it in an event and made the money on it already.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So Elisa says construction work sounds so much sexier with an Aussie accent.
What do you mean? I'm from North. I'm from Kansas.
I was going to say Detroit. Do I hear Detroit?
No, that's right. I've actually been asked if I'm from Boston.
Oh.
Shut up.
Well, apparently I say bar and car the same way as.
Oh, well, yeah, that I understand. So let me ask you. Before you met the love of your life, was thrifting a thing? Did you thrift in Australia?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
Me, yes.
Her? You know, no. I didn't have the patience for that.
He doesn't have the patience now. He likes the benefits of it, but he doesn't have.
No, come on.
No, he sits in the car.
No. You're lying.
No,
my strong suit with thrifting is power tools and music. Because I was a DJ for 25 years back in Australia, so we've had some good scores with music.
Yeah, we have.
And
so we can sit in Florida and drink together and talk music. I'm in love. Now I'm in love.
It's the accent.
Jason has a man crush. He's got a man crush.
Why do I have a feeling that the girls are going to be leaving the bar when we're in the Keys and you and I are just going to be sitting there talking music? Like, we'll be there. Go on.
But I will talk music for hours with you.
Hell.
So I have a Michael, has she ever been able to stump you with a project and say, okay, I want to make this and this and this? And have you ever said like, oh, I can't do that? Or
oh, I have stories.
Oh.
No. So Michael has a background in landscape architecture. So he is meant to building things that have to last 50, 25 years in people's backyards. So, but when it comes to events, it's very different. It has to be maneuverable. It has to be light. It has to be there for a day, you know? Everything he made in the beginning weighed 5,000 pounds and cost way too much. Like it couldn't move it, you know? It's like, no, but he's much better now. So when you say, do I stump him? He's evolving. He's becoming.
She doesn't stump me. I as she said, I built things to last for 20 years, not just a day. So, you know, I use the best product and I build it with the
He doesn't know what budget means.
Material. There is no such thing as a budget.
Yes, there is.
In this building. No,
Yeah.
there's not. But anyway.
If you want profit, yes.
But no, I think the hardest thing when she has such a great imagination, and with her, you know, she can design things in her head, but she's not very good at getting it across to the builder.
No.
So that's where we struggle a bit.
you wanted to do what?
No.
You know, exactly. She goes, I want you to build this, but it's got to cost this much. And that's exactly my response. You what?
Oh, but we are doing a really fun project right now for a job on Saturday. We're building an entire like Who village with Who houses and the Grinch tree, and it's coming out magnificent. He's doing a fabulous job. So,
Oh, can you please send pictures?
Yes.
Please.
so cute. So cute.
I got to say, Deb, I don't know if I've ever seen a couple more destined to be together that were on opposite sides of the world. Thank God for coffee.
Yeah.
I don't even drink coffee.
And thank God for WhatsApp.
Yeah. No, seriously. Like when we met, like seriously, I don't drink coffee. I was there. I hate Miami. I hate Miami.
Oh, I hate Miami too. I hate Miami.
Oh, Miami's the worst. I was there for a walkthrough for an event, and I would never be in Miami. I would always try. And the person I was meeting was late, and there was no place for me to go but that coffee bar. And I don't even drink coffee. So like, literally, it was destiny. It was destiny for sure. It was destiny.
Yeah, she got lucky.
So Nicole, someone's asking, where are you from? So we were talking to Michael.
Oh gosh. I was born in upstate New York, but my family moved to Florida when I was quite young. But I've lived pretty much all over. I've lived in Florida. I lived in New York City. I lived 3 years in France.
She was a model.
Oh, shut up.
Oh, we got more. There's more to this story.
Yeah, no. But anyway, so I love travel. I've always had wanderlust. So I consider myself a citizen of the world.
Oh.
And I want world peace.
See? She's a model.
Was that a speech?
Oh, that's not computer.
All right. So I was going to show your scores and does, but tell me about what happened. You said something happened with you and stuff on eBay. So let's hear it.
So one of the things I bought during COVID was a huge cart on an auction of all these Playboy magazines and stuff. So if anybody's selling Playboy or other magazines, I'm more than happy to give you the 411 if you've never done it before, because I learned the hard way. So I bought this whole, like probably 1,000 magazines, like issues from the 70s through to like probably 40 years of Playboy. And we've done really well with them. So I have to say, and overall, we've done really, really well with them. I think I bought the whole cart for $150. And I've probably sold for probably a couple $1,000, but there was a lot of learning that went into it. So I put up this thing. We got a bunch of laser discs for these Playboy laser discs, and I posted them amongst other things. And yes, that one. So 9 laser discs. Evidently you cannot ship things like this to Canada or an international shipping. And because I put it for international shipping, I got into trouble. And then also because it was considered pornography of one type or another. So I ended up getting banned on eBay for like 10 days. And
Oh.
Yeah. And then I listed some like leg magazines or things that was in the same thing that got me banned. I ended up actually getting banned for close to 30 days in total on eBay. Just because. Yes.
She's pushing smut.
I know. They were basically considered me a smut pusher. And when I tried to call, they said, you seem to specialize in you like to seem to specialize in this kind of material. And it was like a very small portion of what I sold. But I would be happy if anyone's considering selling Playboy or any magazines that are kind of risque. I'd be happy to tell you my experiences and how you can avoid getting banned for weeks on end, because it was a very yeah.
Jason, this sounds like a secret beach typhoon.
Well, I was thinking about that. We never really done a presentation about adult stuff, because I've made money on adult stuff. I got some here. But yeah, it's a fine line you got to walk. You got to be very.
But they did consider Playboy okay, right? But why wouldn't a Playboy laser disc be okay?
Because it's moving, because it's really got real parts in it, maybe?
I don't know. And then everybody lists like Hustler and Penthouse and other stuff in the non-spot, but you're really not supposed to. And then if you do and you get caught, I mean, it's just a whole thing. Yeah. But the whole thing that I'd rather not deal with. So this was a big lose for me because it got me banned for 10 days.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
Yeah.
Way to bring down the crowd. Thanks. Okay. All right. So since we're on your duds, let's talk about your other dud here.
Yeah. So I think I read somewhere on the thrifting board, like diskettes or stuff, you should buy them. And then so I bought this probably for like $1, and then everybody was listing them with free shipping. It just wasn't worth the time. It did sell for $10, and then I medium mailed it was like $3. And so to make $5 was just not worth it. No.
Oh, the funny is in the chat tonight. I watched the laser discs for the articles. Well done, Sean. Well done.
I still have them. If anybody wants them, I'd give you a good deal on it.
Just listed as first aid training vids. Oh my gosh.
Hey, the laser disc covers might be good for some event that you might have to do sometime. You never know.
I've done Playboy Bunny events before, so yeah, possible. Absolutely.
All right. Before we get to your scores, Debbie loved your first photo here.
I had this is cool.
This is my daughter, Claire. She actually lives in Seattle. She's so cute. And I made her my little bicycle. And this is a vintage skirt I bought for $1.
Wow. Such a creative way to photograph that. I just loved it. All these photos are great.
Thank you.
Now, I got to say, what's up with this eBay name?
What prop culture? Which one?
No, the NL94.
Oh. Well, that's my eBay name from when I started at 2011. My name is Nicole.
I say that's a hard one to remind or to tell people. I would get that changed.
Okay. Thank you for the tip.
Yeah, because I know someone's going to say, "Hey, what's her eBay store? 9? Is that a 1, an L, and I? I'm not sure. 94." See how Tiki Pug music. See, easy.
Well, my actual eBay store is called Prop Culture by Nicole.
Now, Deb, when you sent me this one, why did it show up in Canadian?
I have no idea. I was searching for her store and put in what she said at her pop culture, and it came up, and I did not know how to get out of it.
Like the Hotel California.
So I bought this at an estate sale. It was sealed. It was evidently someone who was a music teacher, and he had all of these really interesting records that I probably would have never looked at before. And there were actually a lot of people there going through the records, and they just passed these up. But because I watched Jason's stuff on the flipping records and cassettes and things, I looked this thing up, and I saw that it was pretty rare. And I saw there were only a couple other listings that I could find. I could find a couple on Discogs that were like way more than this, like $250, and they were all in Europe. So I listed it for $150 American, and it actually got bought and sent to the Netherlands.
Nice.
Well done. I'm so glad you took what I taught and actually used it, because that's the big thing. People take classes and then they don't execute. You got to go do it. You got to put it into use, and well done. Well done.
And I would add, take the courses whether you think you're going to need it or not, because you will. The more you expand and take Jace's courses, all of a sudden you're like, oh, look at all these tiki mugs and look at all these CDs, and there's a lot of money in there.
This was actually like a second week of this sale that I came across. So these have been sitting there.
Oh, that's the best. When all the experts have went through, and then you're like, I'll take that and I'll sell for $150. Shoot. I had a train of thought and I lost it. Getting old sucks. Oh, yes. Thank you. Robin said, yeah. So if you've had any fun tonight, we're not done, but if you had any fun, if you've loved their story, give a big old thumbs up down below right there. Give a big old thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, how you doing? Welcome. Thank you. Make sure to subscribe and click the bell, and let's give them a bunch of thumbs up for a fun, man, what a fun couple of guests to end the year with. This is great.
Yeah.
All right. I love playing backgammon. So is my mom and dad. I think my wife tolerates it, but this is a hell of a set.
Yeah, I found that in Goodwill, and it had some pieces on the edging that were broken, but it had all the pieces there. So we were able to repair it. And I think I bought it for $8.
Shut up.
Wow.
Shut up. That's a
It took a
great
while to sell. I did have it for a while. I might have had it for about a year, but we sold it for, but I had it for about a year. Like I said, we repaired the edges, but it was a really cool set. Absolutely. So
that is excellent.
I love this. I love this.
A bowling bag.
these are hot now. Okay. So people are like buying the vintage bowling bags. So be on the lookout. I actually bought this with the ball, and the ball in it is awesome. I kept the ball. I sold the bag. And the woman who bought the bag for me said she had one like it and it broke, and she was a bowler, and she wanted to replace her bag. So the vintage bowling ball bags, keep an eye out, especially the cuter, the better, like the colors and stuff, the brighter, and people are buying them up, so I think I bought this with the bag, like with the ball, which is a really nice ball for like $5. So,
wow.
So
Yeah,
these
that's one of the coolest bowling bags I've seen in a while.
the girls use them for purses. So,
oh yeah, good idea. Or diaper bags even.
yeah. When you want to be chic.
Yeah. Or cheap.
Now, did you find this at Disney World, or did you find it thrifting?
I found it in an estate sale for $8.
I'm out of here. Shut up. That's amazing.
Wow.
Yeah, no, it was new in the box. It never been taken out. It had all its paperwork and everything. I found it for $8, and I researched it. I couldn't find. They're very hard to find, and I listed it. It did take a little bit too. Probably took 6 months to sell, but and then I sold it.
That is such cool packaging. Such cool packaging.
Yes.
All right. So what? Now you do live in Florida, and they seem to not pay attention to any of the rules. So.
No, Florida sucks. No, we're all in COVID now.
They say Florida's the Australia of America.
Oh.
Yeah, no rules apply. It's the Wild West.
It is like the Wild West.
And it's God's waiting room. So, we're just thinning out the population here, clearly. We don't care.
So my last question, we'll wrap this up, is all right, let's say that we're out of COVID, like everything's back to normal, probably about a year down the road, and your event business is back full swing. Are you going to continue to sell on eBay? Are you going to continue to sell picnic tables? Are you going to do all the extras too?
We would definitely continue to sell on eBay. I don't know about the picnic tables. They're a lot of work for a little return, but we love the picnic tables, and they filled a hole when we needed it,
Gave me something to do.
We still have lots of them, so if anybody's interested, because he was making
got me out of her hair.
He was making them for 12 hours a day. I have a whole vintage Shasta trailer full of them. So if anybody wants a good deal on a squirrel picnic table, I've got some.
Did you say it was, sorry, Deb, did you say it was a Facebook page you guys had for them?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's the Squirrel Lounge for furry and feathered friends.
So you called that marriage therapy then, I said.
Yes, it was. Yeah. That and wine.
For her.
Wine always helps.
Yes.
And so I got to say, if you guys come out to Napa to the wine country, you got to let me know so we can meet up.
Absolutely, Michael. hasn't been yet, so he would love to go.
Oh, it's so gorgeous, the whole area.
Where I lived in Australia, Melbourne, it's where I live there was about 400 wineries within 2 hours of where I lived.
Oh my gosh, I'd never leave.
It's very much like Northern California. So, yeah.
All right, so check out the Squirrel Lounge for furry and feathered friends. If you would like one of these kick-ass tables or bars for your squirrels in your tree, you kind of have to have squirrels.
Yeah, the squirrel can come with it.
Or if you got chickens, which again, we don't have chickens.
Oh, well, you could get some chicken.
I don't want chickens.
Do the squirrels become territorial? Because my mom has like 10 squirrels. So would I have to buy 10 of these, or do they share them?
No, they seem to share. Our squirrels come in.
They come in shifts.
Yeah, they do. I think there's dominant squirrels, and then there's like there's the top and the bottom. So
good. Our friends Eric and Stephanie up in Lakewood, Washington. I've been to their house. They have a lot of squirrels too, so I'm going to hook them up.
Okay.
I think we've out in our front yard. We've got about 4 squirrel tables. So we stick out, a number of bits of corn, and they all just come and visit.
Yeah, they seem to rotate.
Oh, we make.
Yeah, we make the directional signs. We'll make anything if it makes fun.
I love it. I love it. You guys are awesome. Couldn't think of a better way to end the year. Just so great. Thanks to Deb for always pulling the guests together. It was such a great way to end the year. I mean, I adore both of you. I am impressed by your gumption. I'm impressed by we'll just start dating around the world. All that is just.
We'll be on your first show for next year.
All right, what the hell?
And come to Key West. We have to come to Vegas.
And obviously, I'm gonna reciprocate. Come to Vegas. We got plenty of guest rooms, and we'll definitely show you a good time around Vegas for sure.
Have you been to Vegas yet, Michael?
I took him last year.
Yeah, no, this year I was there in January. Actually, I flew my boys who live in Australia. They're 21 and 18, and we flew them to Vegas. And Nick and I drove from Daytona to Vegas. We picked them up,
and we road tripped them.
Back to Daytona.
And then my eldest daughter flew in from Seattle, so we had a night in Vegas.
Yeah, it was great. We had a great time.
Awesome.
And then we got to hit a estate sale in Vegas, and I got some great finds. I did.
Oh, nice.
So I got.
She's an addict.
I am.
Oh, and Kevin Wren, I have to answer your question. Yes, Bill and I's first date watching football was my idea. I asked him out because I figured, what do you watch on New Year's Day football? Whatever that. Oh, maybe I don't know what we watched. And I actually proposed to my husband too. So.
Oh, nice.
Well,
well, we look forward to actually seeing all you in person. But thank you for everybody's mentorship. We appreciate it.
Thanks for being on. All right, look, let's end the year with a party. Virtual. We can't go have a big event in Florida with Michael and Nicole, but we can have a virtual party. I'll teach you some things. And everyone asked, will there be a cocktail? I hadn't even thought about that, but yes, I will get the cocktail out this weekend. So it gives you time to get your ingredients together. I will not make it a complicated one. We have some we like that have 13 ingredients. I would never do that to the rest of you. We'll do the 13th ingredient cocktails, but I'll find one that's about 4 or 5. So Monday night, the 28th, 8 o'clock East Coast, 5 o'clock West Coast, thriftingclass.com. Oops, I made the little scroll. So boom, thriftingclass.com. Get signed up, and we'd love to see everybody. It'll be fun. It'll be educational. There'll be shenanigans. There'll be cocktails, and we'll just end the year. We'll end this crappy year, and we'll start anew. We'll start the new year with a bang, get you some new ideas. Like our guest tonight, let's get you outside your comfort box and have you look for things that you normally wouldn't look for. Let's have you find that 12-inch record 4 days into an estate sale that no one else noticed.
2 weeks.
$2 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Wow.
All right. And then don't forget, Sunday, Mom wants to do Christmas trivia with prizes and her best score, her best sale of the year. You do not want to miss that. So mark your calendar down for all those good shenanigans. Debbie, thank you very much.
I have one more thing to say.
Yes.
It's kind of a downer, of course, but I want to dedicate this show to Atocha. We're sad. Jason and Stacy lost our beloved Atocha, and we always will remember him. So we're dedicating this show to him.
Oh, thanks, Debs. Yeah. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everybody. Good to see you all. Have a wonderful night, and
Merry
we'll see
Christmas.
you on Sunday.
Bye.
Bye bye. You think I'd be ready to end it? There we go. Bye bye.
Bye.